Oh, there we go. We're in. Boom, baby. Woo! Let's get this party started. Woo! All right. What am I looking at right now? I got stuff all over me. I'm looking at this break right now. I only have a swing trade today. If you guys caught Netflix this morning, it was not as big of a banger as I wanted to. I don't know if anybody's been following me on social media or if you've been seeing me anywhere, but I really just like to play those flat top breaks, very similar to what Kush's strategy is. So if you ever follow Kush, that is where him and I kind of like tag team that in the morning. But at the same time, I'm looking at NVIDIA now. NVIDIA is one of my favorite plays right now. This is my swing trade. I have a couple on this small account right now. I just canceled one, but I'm looking at this flat top break right here on the daily, weekly-ish. I like this little hammer candle for a continuation. It is kind of being choppy today, but the market's been choppy with low volume this week. So I'm loving this 15-minute candlestick pattern. I'm loving this 1 hour. You know, it's kind of breaking down a little bit, but that bounce I really like on that 1 hour. So could see some nice little action from that. Same with the 4 hour. I really like this flat top. I have an alert at 4:30. I'm probably going to add a ton of these tomorrow as a day trade, but I'm also swinging them for 2 weeks out. So that's my only trade right now. I doubt that I day trade. We have 40 million in volume on a Fed minutes release, which is ass. I don't know where the volume in the market is right now. I don't know how the market's near all-time highs right now either with how the economy is, but it's pretty insane to me that there has been this much chaos in the economy and markets are just ripping right now on little volume. So I'm a little bit hesitant on these long-term plays / just holding in a bunch or starting to have some long-term leaps. I think that there should be a pretty big pullback coming up pretty soon, but we'll see how it goes. So as of right now, I still have a couple things on watch. I'm still waiting for this snow to start turning around. It looks like it's starting to hit that bottom and start to bounce a little bit here. Notice how we had this nice little flat bottom bounce. I really like that, honestly, but snow moves very weird. So I'm probably not gonna play that just yet. But once I see it hit above this 178-ish area, or I see a nice little start reversal over here, I will probably try to take that 190 play, 180. We'll see if we can ride snow back up. The other one is sorry. Deck just texted me about something. I'm hosting a conference, everybody. Just so you guys are the first people to know this, I'm hosting one of the largest conferences in the trading space in October. So if you guys are free October 21st, that is the official date as of right now. Nothing is set in stone. We're creating the whole event spaces. It's going to be down here in Tampa, Florida. It's beautiful down here in October. So if you're in a cold weather, would be a great place to come in and check it out. We're hosting some really great events. We're going to have live entertainment. There's going to be some of the biggest traders in the entire trading space at this event. So there's not very many trading conferences out there with people all over social media because people don't like to collaborate. But finally getting people down here, I believe Deck is coming. I think Kush is coming. Some large traders in the space. Simon Lerner, if you heard of him. Umar, hopefully. Trying to get J Dun Trades, Rake Trades down here. It's going to be a really, really massive event and a lot of the biggest names in the space. So trying to get that all organized and everything. So if you're interested or around that time, we will have more information coming out. But try to clear that October 21st date because it is going to be probably about 500 tickets, maybe 1,000 if I can find a large enough space. But they will go very fast because all of our social medias accumulate to about like 2 million people. So there's so many people out there that are following along. And as soon as we launch this, things will sell out very fast. So if you want to reserve a spot, I feel like you guys should probably get first come, first serve this in my other stomping grounds. So just keep that out there. October 21st is going to be one of the largest conferences in Tampa, Florida. Probably about 500 people attending. We'll have it catered with food. We'll have live entertainment. We're going to have speakers, have some presentations for you, and just a massive networking event. So Tampa's a beautiful place. It's a growing place. You'll come and you'll meet some very, very successful people. So that's on the radar. You're the first to know about it. So hopefully you can make it. But anyways, I will have that all more information coming out here pretty soon. I'm working on that every Monday and Wednesday with somebody else to put that all together. So just a lot of preparation, a lot of planning. So we'll get that together. But back to stock trading. Meta, absolute monster today. I was so small on it too. I didn't really make that much money on it, to be honest. And I ended up trading this account, the smaller account, with Meta, thinking it was going to go back to all-time highs. And I missed it, and I ended up getting stopped out. I was looking for this little breakout, and it rejected me. So I stopped out on the small account, caught a little bit of a gain on the large account, but was not nearly heavy enough. I took Netflix instead for this rip up. I only took this to 450. Paid a nice little 30%, but the contracts were really weird today. It's always weird to trade when the volume is really off, especially when the contracts, I didn't even see it. The bid was higher than the ask, so something was all messed up, and I still bought it, so I'm an idiot for that. But I ended up getting stopped out on Meta in the smaller account later on in the day. But early on in the day, the first trade of it, I had it in my larger account, and it went crazy. I was waiting for a little bit of a stop or a rip up, but tomorrow, watch this to go to 300. I almost can, I don't want to say guarantee, but I feel like just by experience, this is going to be ridiculous. I am currently in these NVIDIA 450 calls for 2 weeks away. There's 620 a piece. I only have 2 in this account right now. I have about 9 in my other account, or 8 or 9 in my other account. And I'm just sitting on them right now. My other account average is 605. This is 620. It was up like 20% earlier, but I'm not going to sell this because I love this NVIDIA play. If the market doesn't just randomly tank, I don't know why it would do that, but I mean, stranger things have happened. This daily chart, as you can see, it's kind of screwing up a little bit here. I would love to see this close above 425, so I have a little bit more confidence that it doesn't reverse on me. That's why I'm not extremely heavy on it just yet. I don't like that this TTM squeeze has been selling off. There's a lot less pressure, but that kind of makes me feel like there's an opportunity for a breakout here pretty soon, because the same thing happened with Meta. It was kind of selling off, going crazy, selling off, and then all of a sudden it just started breaking that flat top on the 1 hour and 4 hour chart. So I'm in a NVIDIA swing right now. Not 1,000,000% confident, but I do really like the setup on the Bollinger Band expanding. We have option 2 to go to 440. Then obviously that 450 is a major psychological level. And I really like this weekly chart hammer candle. So it tried to break down, bounced, and now as long as it stays above about 422-ish, 420, I'm pretty confident that this could bounce. That's why I have 2 weeks out expiration. I'm going to let it do its thing. It's not going to go directly to the moon. I mean, at least I don't think so. I'd hope so. But I'm just swinging lightly. You know, I only have $1,200 in this account, and I have about, whatever 9 times 6 is, about 5,400 in the other account. So my strike on NVIDIA is 450 on these. I switched to the 450s for 2 weeks out. I had 440s for a little bit. But I just rolled them forward into a larger strike with some profits from earlier. This account, I just had the 450s, but I'm looking for that 450 test because that 430 break, I really like it. We already got it, so I feel like we could start heading towards that 440, no problem. What do I think of Amazon? Trash. Literally trash. I hate trading the stock. The premiums are so bad. I wouldn't even look at that. No offense if you're playing it, but it's just garbage. I do also kind of like Datadog. It's such a weird flat top right here at this $100 like 101 mark. I've been watching this for a long time, and the reason I like this so much is because I want to see this 104 test. Premiums are also really weird on that, so be careful trading something like that. I also really love Microsoft, wherever she is. There she is. Kind of rejecting. I'm kind of hating this, that the fact that they're not breaking out. Things are getting a little bit weaker. I really hate that, actually. But if I have an alert here at 342, if we could see Microsoft get 342, I would love to play those 350s, especially if it's like a Thursday or a Friday. That's beautiful opportunity, in my opinion, as long as there's volume and we're moving. So that's what I'm looking for. I really kind of hate same-day expirations like on Fridays now because they just get absolutely slaughtered in these individual stocks because people sell them off like crazy. But, whoa, I would love to take that NVIDIA play all the way up. Tesla, I hate. I really want to see this gap filled down. Break this 274, run all the way to 266. I would love that $8 drop. Hopefully that happens pretty soon. ENPH, just a little shithead. Never really broke this low to 152. Still waiting for it. think it could still happen, but such low volume, and I got burned on it the last time I played it, so I'm going to stay away for a while. The only other thing is Home Depot filled its gap, I believe. Yeah, it did. Little rat bastard. Waste management. I was in Austin, Texas this weekend, and they have about 4 million waste management buckets everywhere, so might have to buy the stock. Ridiculous how much is all over that place. My strike on NVIDIA 450, you saw that. I'm trying to think. I'm not really looking to trade much, especially SPY and SPX. I know I do trade that at the end of the day a lot for you guys, but it really doesn't move that much lately, so it's not a lot of opportunity. It is recovering entirely here, which is kind of annoying that I missed a little bit of that. Let me see this. SPX. How do I get rid of this? Oh, that's for the 15th. I was going to say, how is it so expensive? The problem with the SPX is lately, as of late, it just doesn't move. Like at all. I bet you this moved pretty crazy, these call side plays, but I did not take them at all. Just look at it and get sad. I mean, that's kind of a lot. From bottom to top, 75 cents and 270. I bet a nice like 220% play. I would have never held that long, but decent play. I could see SPY still running up towards that high. I really love Meta tomorrow, like those $300 strikes. If we can see any sort of strength in that, we get anywhere near that 298, it'll break that 300, I swear, so fast. So that's going to be a massive play for me. I'm also going to play that NVIDIA. I'm trying to scale into NVIDIA before the breakout happens toward that 440 because, I mean, you got to look at the premiums. And that's one thing that a lot of people don't understand and don't educate in the space is like the premiums is everything, right? So your risk to reward, your R multiple, there's a reason that there's so many successful traders out there is because they understand their risk to reward. So when I'm looking at NVIDIA, tomorrow these contracts are going to get destroyed, right? So if this is at 427, this is going to lose $150 overnight. So these are going to be worth about $300, maybe even less in the monies. And these ones are going to be worth about 420. Right, so $120 a contract per 250 it moves. So if it can run to 440, which is that 439 high, that's about $14 move, $15 move. Tomorrow, that $15 move could easily take $100 into $500 each a contract. So if you have 10 of those, that's $1,000 to $5,000. You know, you put 10 grand in there, it's 10K to 50K. I'm personally probably going to take like 5K into that and take 5K to probably hopefully around like 15 is my goal, maybe even 10. Had a nice little loss, or I'm losing a little bit in NVIDIA. I had a day trade in NVIDIA in this account too. Where was it? You can see it down here. I lost about $150, and I'm currently down 25 on this swing trade. I tried to catch some late midday moves in the smaller account after I traded the large account. It just kind of went against me because it's so choppy, but should be expected. Small volume week, 4th of July yesterday. There's not a lot of action going on right now. I'm sure a lot of people are traveling. There's not a lot of volume in the market, which makes way more sense. Meta was the absolute banger. Missed it a little bit because I was trying to play Netflix. Netflix did work out, but it didn't work out as much as Meta would have, so that's all on me. And yeah, I'm really trying to catch that NVIDIA play before it breaks out. So tomorrow's day trades, all I'm really watching is Meta and NVIDIA. Meta 300s, if we can start to get some momentum. And NVIDIA, I'm swinging. I think it just has a really good setup. Chopping around right now, but it's just because the market's chopping. So good opportunities all the way around. I just don't really know what's good with it. Also, one thing I got to tell people, I have to tell everybody, Coinbase, this is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. Getting investigated, getting sued, stock drops 30% in 1 day, 2 days, 63 to 40, 43. And now it's at 80. It almost went up 100% in the last 2.5 weeks. This stock is unbelievable. And this is a prime example as the news is only here to scare you out of a position or whatever, because Coinbase is a great company. Look at the balance sheet. It's 1-to-1. It's a great cryptocurrency stock exchange to buy and sell. They make a ton of money off transaction fees. Coinbase is like the number one most used in crypto space. So I'm not, and you can really attach a wallet to get it off the exchange rather than it always has to be within KuCoin or always has to be within Binance. Like there's ways to navigate it off. So what I'm trying to say here is that don't get scared of this type of news. When you see things like this massive gap down, this massive news, sell puts, buy shares. It's only 4,000 at the time. If you bought 100 shares for $4,300, you'd be sitting on an $8,000 investment right now. You almost doubled your money in the last 2.5 weeks just by buying shares. And I don't know who knows this or not, but this thing IPO'd at like 400. I would not be surprised whatsoever to see this back at 200, 300 at some point in the future. I think that this is a great stock. I think they make a good amount of money. And once they start incorporating NFTs and that becomes blowing up again, which we all know it'll come back, everything's a cycle. They explode, they die, they go sideways, and then they come back. So once crypto mining comes back, crypto starts blowing up, Bitcoin goes to all-time highs, Ethereum goes to all-time highs, Coinbase is only going to go with it. Same with Mara, Riot, all those mining companies. So I think that's a great opportunity to look at, especially long-term. I probably wouldn't buy shares right now at 78, even though I still think it's going to go up. But Deck, I just told him a little bit about the seminar. So I don't know if you're talking about yours or the one that we're starting to put together, but it's gonna be beautiful. I'm trying to get a venue on the water. We'll have bars rented out, catered. Just so many great speakers. So many very, very reputable people that have grown accounts from a couple thousand to millions of dollars. I know there's one guy here called Simon who's also one of the speakers who started with about 30K, 40K a couple years ago, and he's only 24 years old, and he's worth over $10 million right now, starting to buy and develop like 10 properties down here in Florida. So he'll be there to speak. There's another guy named Sean Solano who has multiple thousands of followers all over social media. You've probably seen him before. And then Rake Trades, knock on wood, him and J Dunn Trades are going to be able to make it. They have a couple conflicts with the schedule, but hopefully they can make it as well. And then Umar, of course, is the biggest trader in the space. So Simon has a really good connect with him. So maybe we'll be able to pop him down here. But there's a lot of people that you can meet, network with. We'll have seminars. We'll have some training courses. We'll have some speakers. Like I said, live entertainment. It'll just be an overall good time. And of course, Florida is beautiful in the fall as well. So we will get all on that. We'll get more details to you, and we'll start marketing out there and giving some more details to people and show you where you can get tickets. But there will be about 500 in attendance as of now. We'll see how bad the demand is because it's going to be a lot of people with a lot of following. So I'm sure that will probably sell out within the first 3 minutes, if not less. So I'm excited. I'm very excited to be putting that together. So we'll stay tuned with that. But yes, Deck, huge seminar on the way, traders, this fall. We'll get it going. But all right, so back to this. I really like this. I don't know if you guys want to swing this or not. This is what I'm in. I really like this opportunity to break above this 450. I really think we can do that. What I'm looking at is this little uptrend that we're following. It could break down for sure. Let me get rid of these alerts, honestly. And then look at this, 439.90. Where are you? There you are. That didn't work. There you are. Now, if we can look at the weekly and we look at the daily, I love it. Still love it. I really wanted to close above 425, though. That's really important to me. The 1 hour, I don't really like that, to be honest. As long as this doesn't go below this 425-ish, that's important. It'd be nice to see a nice little end-of-day bounce around 427, even though it doesn't really matter because overnight it's gonna something's going to happen regardless anyways. So I'm just watching that. NVIDIA play, I'm in lightly on the swings. I'm trying to get a nice little head start to that because I don't want it to gap up on me and then I move. What's going on here? Sorry, I got to type this out. All right, so the game plan for me is I'm trying to get ahead of Nvidia's run, right? So I could be losing on it a little bit here. Where are we? I got 2 weeks out, so I have a lot of time for it to get to 450. That could happen literally in one day. So it's at 585 right now. I might buy another one, honestly. But these in the monies are 1,400. Get out of here. That risk to reward ratio is ridiculous. 200%. Could be an easy 200% trade if we run to 450, especially if it happens by Friday. So you can always scale out. You can scale in. You can do whatever you want. But it is kind of pulling back a little bit right now. 5 minutes. Just kind of chop it around. That's why I'm swinging it, giving myself some time. It's at 590. My average is 620. I may buy another one. I have 2 right now, looking for 3 at some point. Try to make like $2,000 off this. That'd be pretty cool. Off that in the small account, be $2,000 off that. And then the goal, like I said, is to get ahead of Nvidia before it breaks out and day trade it with extra money. So, you could have a swing trade just piling on. The reason I'm swing trading it is because I don't want it to gap up overnight, because it has been doing that a lot. So especially when these stocks are about to break their flat tops or their flat bottoms, they usually move pre-market. So it's obviously always a risk that it could gap down a little bit, and then you have to day trade it to get out of the hole. But if you hold it long enough, give yourself some time, be patient with your trade, let the trade actually work out, keep a stop loss, you can actually make much better profit. So the reason I'm having a good year this year is because I am buying when I'm right rather than buying when I'm wrong, right? That's a big misconception for traders. It's if you buy when you're wrong and you average down, you're waiting for a bounce. But the sellers kind of have taken control. We're really in a market of momentum. So the momentum, as it's going up, a lot of the same things I did with Meta today. It was breaking out like crazy. I saw this massive move, this massive move, this massive move, and then I started seeing some pullbacks of this little red candle. I bought in, I think it was like right here. Saw a pullback right here, and instead of selling and taking my profit thinking it was going to reverse, I added to my winning position, and then it continued to rip. So like once you're on the right side and you get a little bit of pullback, that's when you add, rather than you're in, it's going against you, then you add, then it goes against you even more. That's like the worst possibility. The worst part is actually when it's going against you and then it bounces a little bit, gets closer to your average, and you buy when it bounces, and then you actually just bought like a bear flag, or if puts, you bought a bull flag and then it breaks out. So that's always the toughest part. I would always add to winners. Don't add to losers. That was one thing I had to learn pretty the hard way, actually, while I was trading and starting to learn how to build a profitable account. So I am looking more so at Meta than anything. Hopefully it doesn't gap up overnight. I would hate that. I'm not swinging it because it already broke out. I would love to see it idle overnight, and then we catch some buyers tomorrow to push it through 300. So I would never swing at that point. The only time I would ever swing would be like something like Nvidia, where I see an opportunity, I see the premiums that could pay out a nice little 200% if I just hold, give myself some time, and it's before the breakout. So that's why I'm positioning myself for it. I like it. I like that it's holding. I like that it's only up $1 right now. I like that it went to 431. This rejection is kind of wild, but it just chopped. So if it can stay right there, my goal was always to take the play above, or is it like it was 429, and if we got above 430 and held, I would have held it through this 440 like crazy. But the fact that it's popping and it has an idea there with a little bit more volume today, this could start to finally fade back. And if it doesn't and it goes below 421, I'll probably cut myself out. But that's the name of the game. You got to take something with the best risk to reward ratio, R multiple, blah, blah, blah. And I've been rambling for the last 30 minutes. So if anybody has anything to ask, say, whatever, please let me know. But the only thing I'm doing today is this Nvidia swing trade on here. And I will be watching Meta to blow up tomorrow. Honestly, now Netflix is coming back. So that's kind of wild. Netflix could really start running, honestly, tomorrow as well. I'll throw Netflix on the watch list tomorrow. I'm going to write them down. I always write down the 2 stocks that I'm watching on a daily. I don't know when this was from, but I always keep it written down. Where are we at? Here we are. So we're watching that Meta 300 break. That's number 1 that we're watching. And that'll be a quick day trade tomorrow. That'll be like probably 50% of my account. And then we will do NVIDIA runners to 440. I had the 450s because I think it's going to break 440 and run, but you never know. So 440 runners, and then Netflix, which is the C list play. I'm going to go Netflix break of 450. Everything's at 450 and run. So this will be my C play. My B play is NVIDIA runners, and then my A plus play is that Meta 300 break. I've been watching it for a while. Tesla, not certain, but might break out to 285 tomorrow. Let's watch it. I fucking hate the way Tesla looks right now, I'll be completely honest with you. I could, yeah, you're right. It does look pretty nice. As long as it doesn't break below this 273, I'm personally waiting for Tesla. I'm not going to chase the call side. I'm probably going to wait for it to break down below that 274 to fill that gap down. I would love to see that gap. Tesla has a few gaps. Tesla has a gap down to 235. It'd be cool to watch this wave break and then it slowly chop back down to like 230-ish, 225-ish, 235-ish, 240 maybe. Wait a second. Oh. I thought Zach Bryan just dropped a new album. Tesla's been crazy chop action to trade, that's for sure. Yeah, I've been hating that Tesla. I've been hating the whole market, to be honest. I've literally just been trading in the morning for maybe 20, 30 minutes, buying something, putting some size behind it, catching a 20, 30% runner. Sometimes they've been bangers. Other times I get stopped out, smaller, but I always follow my stop loss up. I think you guys have already seen me trade like that. I'll actually be live in Kush's channel tomorrow, early. He's not going to be here, so I'm going to be there with Braden, I believe. So I'll be trading on that channel with him live. So if you guys want to hear some commentary live, I will be there, and you'll actually be able to hear me trade in the morning for once, because the afternoons are ass cheeks. But afternoons are for swing trades, really only swing trades and review trades and answering questions. So you're getting wrecked on the chop, NVIDIA and Tesla. I'd stay away from them. I'm in NVIDIA now just because I think that the chop is ready to give up. Been watching the flow a lot lately. Been watching a lot of the moves. But one of the best payers I've been having lately is Microsoft, Meta, and Netflix. Those have been my favorites. Snow, obviously, too. That was awesome. But I look forward to seeing you trade with Kush. Yeah, the morning trades are always going to be better, regardless of whatever happens. Unless there's like a massive push at the end of the day. We all see those end-of-day squeezes or end-of-day sell-offs, all that type of stuff. But those are so rare. And at the end of the day, people kind of just go away. So the morning is always the best. I'm always in Kush's channel just talking about what I'm doing. But I will be live as well. I will be live. You have been a great pair with your calls. Thank you, man. Thank you. Is anyone interested in that seminar, in that trading seminar? Would you end up going to the conference? October 21st is going to be the date. I believe that is the final date. We're going to have a lot of great speakers come out. Would you be interested in coming to something like that, especially down here in Florida? Yay or nay? I'm not. Can someone update back? Wait, what? Won't be able to come. It's on a Saturday, man. It's on a very nice Saturday. Trying to figure out if there's anything else I really want to play. Microsoft looks beautiful. Keep us on your watch list. I have my alert at 342. Really try to catch this break to run to 350. That'd be sick. Tesla, garbage. I don't even want to look at it. Apple, I cannot believe it's at 194. This thing is probably going to run to 200 here pretty soon, so keep this on watch as well. I hate Apple so much. I really never trade this, but I got kid logistics to deal with. Ah, damn. Yeah, I forgot kids. I forgot people have kids nowadays. I got to get a dog before I can get a kid. I don't even know if I can take care of myself very well, let alone another little baby human. Let me look at this. This snow play I know is just sitting pretty. Look at this bounce, too. I might have to play snow tomorrow off of that hammer candle, kind of. I might put this on a baby watch list. That'll be a D+ setup for me. I'm gonna watch 4 plays tomorrow. Snow 180s is a very, very far out play. Netflix is my 3rd favorite play of 450 and run. NVIDIA 440 potential, trying to get in before it runs, and then I can just day trade it and just capitalize both sides. Can make about 500 a contract, if not more, on those swing plays. Massive. I mean, that's so much money off one play. Meta $300 run is my A+ setup. So those are it. I don't think I'm going to trade the end of this action because there's nothing going on. I mean, the SPX is moving $1.55 in the last 15 minutes. Probably better off just going outside and throwing your money in the garbage. So no option plays. No option plays. Tesla's the only thing moving. I don't even want to look at it. That's not bad. Maybe it goes to 283. It's only $1 though. Can NVIDIA just run? Meta is crazy. I can't believe it's up 3%. Look at this hammer candle. If anybody were to guess, I'm not playing it because there's no volume, but if anyone were to guess, this is my most favorite setup in the entire world. And if you see this on the daily, 4-hour, 1 hour, weekly, 5-minute, 10-minute, I don't give a shit, 1 minute. If you see this candlestick right here, look at all this volume. This hammer candle at the bottom of a Bollinger Band, off the VWAP bounce, there is no way in hell that I would never not take this. I would never not take this. I'm not taking it now, so maybe there is sometimes, but this is the best setup in the entire market. A downtrend, the bottom of this, massive volume. I don't know if anybody's ever listened to that Anna Cooling video, or not Anna Cooling video. What is it called? The book. Read the book. Anna Cooling video book. Oh my God, I'm having a stroke. My bad. If you've ever read that book by Anna Cooling, volume, price action analysis, massive volume, hammer candle, bottom of Bollinger Band. I'm in calls and I'm waiting. That's literally it. I would have my stop loss just in case. Sometimes they do sell off, but your risk to reward at these levels is ridiculous. So I would set a small stop loss on this, maybe around right here-ish, and scale in and wait for that rip up. It's kind of rejecting right now. A lot of the times at the end of the day like this, on no volume, they won't really work out, but pay attention to this candlestick. Pay attention to this formation at any point on any chart, and I guarantee you will see a much higher success rate in your trading. And usually I like to buy it when it's a little bit red, though. This is huge here, and now it's going to consolidate a little bit, and I usually like to buy around here. I don't want to buy the pop. Get a little bit cheaper of a premium and then let it run. But you got to be a little bit patient, keep your stop loss small. I don't think this one's going to work out as much, but this is just a great example of what to watch out for, especially if this happens midday, in the morning, something like that. It's always looking for a nice reversal after a massive sell-off. So this candlestick right here has changed my life. It's not a good one right now, but on a high volume day with some more volatility, that is a massive bullish sign. So keep that in mind. Any other, and you have a green confirmation candle after it. Oh yeah. Between this and a massive wick like this, if this ever happened afterwards, those are just that's just the best feeling, watching it go right up. There she goes. There she goes. It's only moving 30 cents at a time, but still, there she goes. I'm not playing meta for 50 cents. They'll pay me like $20 a contract, but. Oh, wow. I just stuck at resistance for the past couple days. I can see it breaking it tomorrow. It'd be pretty cool to see that, honestly. I didn't trade at all on Monday. Literally not one trade. But I could see that happening too. I could see that running. That'll really pull Netflix and NVIDIA up, which would be cool to see. How's NVIDIA doing before we hop off of here in a little bit? Because I'm not trading at all. We're back up to 426. Guys, I really, really, really think this is going to happen. I'm trying to get in early. No confirmation just yet, but I'm in early. Risk at your own risk if you want to day trade it tomorrow on some strength. But, I mean, if it runs up, gaps up to like 433, 432 and starts running, we are in business. So I think that this could pay probably about $500 a contract. Trying to plan a Nashville trip to watch the Titans play. I wonder if should I go watch the Bengals? Or should I go holy shit, these are expensive. Or the Ravens. These tickets are $500. A lot. Let's go, baby. Maybe I'll watch them play the Falcons, because I have never seen them win in person. These tickets are probably cheap as shit. Titans suck this year. $77. That's so ass. Nothing is happening, guys. Sorry, there's nothing really to talk about, but maybe my TQQQ position and how beautiful this looks. I'm up almost 100% already. It's at 42. My shares. I should probably check that account, see how that's doing, honestly. I'm going to do that. I put a lot of money in that. Oh, man, that's going to be wild to look at, actually. Interesting. Okay. Tesla going for high day. I'm probably going to stay away from everything, guys. Again, little recap. NVIDIA swing trade is what I'm in. I'm waiting for that 440 break, looking for that 450. I think this thing is ready to go. I'm trying to time it ahead of time. A little bit risky. Meta, number one play, is going to be that $300 test. This is fucking crazy. 88 to 295. This thing literally, damn, I wish I bought that. But whatever. Yeah, I'll watch it for tomorrow. Guys, I think I'm just wasting your guys' time just looking at this because it's just watching paint dry out here. But those are the two biggest plays. That's my swing trade. Hopefully you guys see what I see. If you don't see what I see, maybe you'll go against me and make money. But I'm in calls for this run. I like this hourly chart a lot. Tried to break down, saw a bounce, tried to break down again, seeing a nice little bounce. Hourly chart is just consolidating. I think that we could get that run back up, which would be really nice. But just chopping. It's been chopping since 11:25, so just sitting here and wasting our time is doing absolutely nothing. This is why I only trade in the morning, really. But I will be on Kush's channel tomorrow morning, so if you want to watch me trade live or listen to me trade live, I'll be with Braden. I haven't met him yet, really. But regardless, it'll be a good time. We'll make some bank tomorrow. I'll be watching number one Meta. Number one is Meta to run to 300, maybe break, but I'll probably buy before, sell some at the break, and then let some runners ride with a stop loss below 300. And then NVIDIA, obviously my favorite play so far for a swing trade. Maybe I can add to it, catch a day trade, make a bag off of it. If we can get above 440, will be a really nice trade, especially on a Thursday. Those premiums would move crazy. So NVIDIA, Meta, number one watch. Volume is very low this week. It's at 44 million. We're literally less than half of average, which is ridiculous that this keeps happening over and over and over again. But volatility will be back at some point. So Meta, NVIDIA, and then I have a little bit of a watch on Snow to that 180 since we have a nice little hammer on it, kind of, with a little bit of a bounce on the daily. So we'll see how this closes out. But nice little bounce down there. It could be consolidating to head lower. This is kind of a flat bottom that it might break down below. So we'll watch for that. The other one is Netflix, of course, to 450. It's seeming to be a little bit strong at the end of the day here. We did pull all the way back to 440, and now it's bouncing $6. So that's where we are. Looking for that run to 450 and then more because we already broke above it. So I can see it starting to scream its way back on up. It already has a lot to recover. It's recovered a lot, but it still has that $700 top. So, I mean, I wouldn't even be surprised to see this hit this flat bottom at some point around like 466. That could be even happening tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. That's what I'm watching. Meta number one, NVIDIA number two, Netflix number three, and then just a small watch on Snow. It's probably not going to do anything, but those are my favorites. So we'll see how NVIDIA closes out here. Hopefully it stays above this 425 for me to be confident, but it is a swing trade, and I will day trade it tomorrow. It's a light swing trade, so it's not going to be ridiculous, and it's for 2 weeks out. So buy some time and let it work out for us. So trying to get ahead of schedule here, but long story short is nothing's happening right now. I don't want to waste your guys' time. So if you have any questions, I'll give you the last minute or two to hit me up about it. Doesn't seem like very many people are active on a very slow day after 4th of July. So we could always pick back up on this tomorrow. Same time, same place, and also in the morning. Thanks for your input again. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Torn Trader, not exactly sure, but I love you regardless. And I will see you guys tomorrow around 2:30. Well, actually, in Kush's channel at 9:30. So I'll be in there about 15 minutes early, giving out watch lists, giving live commentary. So if you want to hear me trade live for the first time in the morning, that's where I'll be. So I will see you then.